Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to discuss the choice 2 by Dante Gabriel Rossetti, as I've already discussed his writing style and choice 1 as well. So in this video we will discuss choice 2, and choice 2 is religious asterism. So it is based on religious asterism. We will discuss how. So first let me tell you what is asterism and what is religious asterism. Asterism, it means severe self-discipline or avoiding all forms of indulgence or physical pleasures or things like that for uh, or avoiding things for a certain purpose, or it is a self-denial. Or when it is religious asceticism, obviously it means to deny, to avoid something evil, something bad for religious purposes. So that is what religious asceticism is. And the language used in this poem throughout it recalls various texts from both Old and New Testaments and reference to forbidden fruit as well, right? For forbidden fruit, remember Milton's Paradise Lost, and most of this sonnet is devoted to fear of uh, the speaker, right? About what? Fear about afterlife, right? So fear about death, afterlife as well, day of judgment, So we will discuss line by line analysis of this poem, and the poem begins. So as I already told you, the very initial line indicates to it is the crux of the whole poem. So it is religious asceticism, and this in first very initial line refers to religious asceticism, and that is, he say, watch thou and fear, tomorrow thou shalt die. So what we have to do, tomorrow you have to die, obviously you have to face the day of judgment. So what you do, you just observe life, right? Watch thou and fear. Fear of what? Fear of day of judgment. So you must be watchful about your actions, right? And you must fear afterlife. So adopt good deeds and avoid evils, left evils, and return to religious goodness as well. So he say, or art thou sure thou shalt have time for death, right? This life is very short, and you do not, once you are dead, you do not have time to make your deeds good. Once you are dead, you are dead for all, and there is no chance to convert or make your deeds good. So it is in this life you have the entire life to make, just left the evils and return to faith, return to goodness, return to way of God. Is not the day which God's word promised to come, men know not when. So it is the promise, or it is the promise of God, that he show us, guide us the way of truth towards goodness always, And he say, in yonder sky now while we speak, the sun speeds forth, and can I or thou assure him of his call, right? We cannot be sure of our goal, right? The goal, the purpose of our life on this earth. The purpose and goal of life on earth is obviously to pray, to praise the God who has created us, right? To worship him. The theme of spirituality is there. So the spiritual anxiety is there, and he is conscious about, anxious or conscious about his faith, about his spirituality, his deeds associated. So he said that God's breath, even at this moment, haply quicken the air to flame, till spirits always nigh. So God's breath referred to the wind. What actually happened at doomsday. The doomsday, a kind of wind is blow, right? And everything vanish in quick, and means in 1 second. That is the grandness of God, so everything has to be end, perish in doomsday, right? So you just pay heed for your deeds, and just conscious about what you are doing. And why it's flipping, wait for a while, I lost it. Yeah, so second choice, it is about religious asterism, about afterlife, his consciousness about afterlife. And in the sestet of this poem he said that uh, thou screened and hid shall walk the daylight here, and dost thou prate of all that men shall do. So prate refers to speak, right? Prate means speak rapidly. You must speak for your action in doomsday, right? You will be responsible for your actions, what you have done. So just be ready, for you will be asked about your deeds, and you have to speak of your deeds as well. So a kind of progressive activist philosophy of Tennyson is also related with this, because every man should strive hard for progress in his life, advancement in science, technology, economic development, social growth. These are the vital for the improvement of human conditions. And religious and biblical sources, it provide a point of view that we can look critically at some of the more common progressive ideas of Victorian period as well. So these lines, it may state that, can't thou who had but plagues presume to be glad in his gladness that comes after thee? Will his strength Will his strength slay thy worm in hell? Go to cover thy countenance and watch and fear. So this illustrates the lines from Paradise Lost, Milton's Paradise Lost, right, which describes a Lazar house wherein led a number of all the diseases, right, a place for all the diseases, all maladies. And it was a dire thing, dreadful thing. Dire was the tossing deep the ground, and despair tended the sick, and over them triumphed death and his dark shock. So these lines refer to that. So here the choice second ends, and in next video we will discuss choice 3. Thank you for watching.